All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are on this beautiful planet. Welcome to the Inner Circle Live Asian session. I'm your host for tonight's session, Benny Allen, along with my awesome partner, Mr. Ryan Carthage. And we're happy and grateful for each and every one of you being here with us on this Thursday evening as we take a look at the technicals and the fundamentals to see what we can take advantage of in the Forex market. So without further ado, let's make sure that we turn off any and all distractions for the next hour or so. Grab a pen and paper, take notes, and let's make sure that we participate and engage. So as always, if you hear me loud and clear, drop me a 1 in the chat and we can get this session rocking and rolling. All right. Good evening, Benit, Jerry, Mary, everybody, good evening. Glad you're all here as we close things out on this Thursday night here in what is actually a pretty warm for November, Michigan. So I am excited about that. It's supposed to be a beautiful weekend as well here. So, hey, I'll take it. November 3rd, heading to the weekend. We got warm temperatures. I'm all good, as long as I don't see any snow for the time being. All right. But let me see. Let me make sure everybody has their microphone. Brandon, I'm trying to allow you to have control of your microphone, but it's saying that you need to get an updated version of Zoom. So if you have any questions or you need to make a comment, just definitely go ahead and put it in the chat for me. Okay, warm in the shy also. That's what's up. That's good. So hopefully that doesn't mean we get smashed in January and February, but it's probably unavoidable. All right, so with that being said, let me get out of here, take it over to the Forex factory. We got 75 basis points from the Bank of England, which was expected today. Hey, the commentary that came out of that was very, 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 very important. As we see here, BOE meets height size expectations, but still disappoints. All right. Why? The British pound slides after Bank of England's recession warning. Okay. So let's take a look at that. So the British pound on Thursday sank sharply against the US dollar after the UK central bank said it expected a recession to last for all of 2023 and the first half of 2024. All right. So they're already calling it. Okay. So, so we may look for further declines in the pound. Okay, so we click over to trading economics and we see that the U.S. services growth is the weakest in over 2 years. Okay, so we'll continue to keep an eye on those things. We know where the Fed stands after what happened yesterday, and we can see that the stock market is falling. European stocks fall for the second session. U.S. jobless claims remain low, and then we know tomorrow. Okay. As always, first Friday of every month, okay, we are looking at the non-farm at 8:30, and we actually have her for Canada. So it is again another month where the U.S. data for employment and unemployment is on the same day as the employment and unemployment data in Canada. So we should see some volatility tomorrow. That is at 8:30 a.m. So please be aware of that. You may see a lot of volatility. We will see how the market reacts. Sometimes, right, you get a ton of volatility. Sometimes you hardly get anything at all. But just know that at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, some pretty important reports that are going to come out. As we always recommend, wait until the dust settles. Don't try to trade the news and time it. A lot of accounts get blown, especially on non-farm payroll days. So that's our advice. Okay, just be patient and play the moves after the fact. All right. So any questions on the fundamentals? What's upcoming tomorrow? No. All right. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Take a look at the US dollar as always, right? We're headed right back up to the top of resistance. So we are range bound. Okay, down a little bit to start the Asian session, but overall we are bullish. Had a huge bullish day for the dollar. So some of those long dollar swings are paying off as they continue to move to the upside. So no surprises there, especially after the FOMC, okay, yesterday. So that's the dollar. So let's jump in and take a look at some of the setups, and we'll start out taking a look at let's start out taking a look at the pounds after the rate announcement today, and we'll look at one that we just posted recently on the pound CAD on the 5-minute. So as we look at the daily, we can see that we've got this up fib here. We do not have a 382 yet, and we can see price is moving down, but we see that coming into this Asian session that we have a bit of a correction, right? So we've got a bearish candle, okay, 300 pips, right? Almost 300, 290, 280, something like that. And now we're testing that candle. It's natural for price to come back and try to correct a little bit after a huge move like that. So that's what we're looking at now. Here we are on the 4. We can see the move up and then coming out of this zone here, right, where we come right back into the support zone. Stochastic is in the buy zone. We look at the 1, right, and we're right back in this zone here. So if we drop some 4-hour levels in there, you can see some 1-hour levels. I mean, you can see that there's a support that is running into, okay, and that's where we see the correction and the price action to the upside on that 5-minute chart. Okay, so if we take these 1-hour levels and take them down, right, to the 5-minute, we'll see where we're getting that price action to correct. Okay? So you see it starting to make his move. Okay, to the upside, we'll see if it can maintain itself. All right, but it's making that U-turn. So we'll see if it'll continue to push up off that B boundary to the 382, right? Or if it'll take that nosedive down to the 118, 127, and then we'll look to play it from there if that opportunity goes. But right now we're swinging to the upside. So we'll see if the momentum can be maintained on this pound CAD on this correction. Any questions on that? Nope. All right. All right. Okay. So that's where we are there. So we'll see. We got a nice reaction off this level here. Okay. But that down closed too. I think it was when market closed. All right. So we got the push down and then it's been recovering ever since then. All right. And we're looking like we're above this high now. So let me see resistance level here. Okay. So let's see if we can push through that level and continue to move up off of that. So that's the pound CAD. And take a look at the pound Aussie, right? So it's similar, right? Where it's made that U-turn. That one's pretty much at the 382. You might as well call that at target now off the B boundary on the pound Aussie. So let's come out and take a larger look at everything. Right? We can see the daily. We got an 80-20. It's amazing, right? How we can find these plays as we move down through the lower time frames. So you got an 80-20 here. You got a double top in that zone. Okay. On your 80-20, move right back down, coming into the support level here. Okay. So eventually, price probably will head there, but on the lower time frames, you can see how we can play the corrections that come through. Okay. A lot of ways to skin a cat in this market. So there we go. Okay. So we hit our 80-20 zone, right? We got less than a 382 retracement before breaking that B boundary. Got a pretty much a double top in this area, and we move down, right? So off that daily, 127, over 400 pips to the downside there. Okay, and now we're correcting a bit. And so if you come down to the 4, okay, you see where we are. Okay. Right in that range. Okay, 4 hour, we got a stochastic in the buy zone, right? So the momentum may be slowing to the downside. So we'll see how large the correction will be. We'll see. Right, before it continues down to retest that support. We'll see how it plays out. And here we are on the 1. Okay. And then you can see, right, on the 5, catching that U-turn to that target. So off that B boundary, right, so we're 58 pips, right? 58 pips, I mean. Questions? Nope. All right. Anybody making plays on these? Yes? No? Still watching it? Right? Trying to determine whether or not you want to play them. Play the 5 minutes. Joy closed out. Awesome. Yeah, that's close. That's close to target there. Still watching. Good. 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 All right. Being patient. All right. All right. Watch it. Get the visual reps. Okay. That's how it was. I played college football. Say, I'm thinking I'm hurt. Oh, I'm hurt. I got the day off. Because say we still expect you to come to practice and stand on the sideline. Why? Because you need to get visual reps. You still need to be ready for the game. All right. So that's what it's all about. Okay. So if you're not in the game planning, still make sure that you mark up your charts and you get the visual reps that you need. All right. Michael observing. Jeremy, me too. Okay. All right. Good, good. So let's keep it moving. Looked at the pound CAD, pound Aussie. Let's take a look at this pound New Zealand. I have that one marked up. Okay. And you can see, look how we're pressing down. We broke that level. And then that something came right into this 382 target off the daily. Okay. Had a little head and shoulders action going on there. Okay. Right. Using that support as a neckline. Right. And we broke it. All right. We pushed through right to that 382 and we're getting a reaction. Look at that. Okay. Here's your 4 hour moving down. Pull this off. Okay. Look at that. Classic 80-20 zone there. No matter what the time frame. Press down, broke the support. Okay. So we'll see if we continue to get downside pressure on that, right? So here is, right, the break below. We mapped that out a while ago, right? Break below 195.41, and you got it. Okay. So we'll see if we'll continue bearish from here. Maybe a pullback and a retest, right? We see price correcting, retest the level that it broke, and then further downside pressure on the pound. All right, we shall see. So if we come into the 5 minute, you can see how it's making the swing. Right, I was trying to make that swing and push. Okay, same thing over and over again, no matter the pair. All right, we see how this is playing out. Okay, Joy in it. Good job. Good job. All right. So it's nice little pickups right out of the zone. Where's it at now? Okay, 78 pips. All right. It's good day at the office. We haven't even hit the target. That might be enough for some folks. Close out. Say, hey, I don't want to leave anything open on the Friday. I'm good. Okay, it's good gain there. All right. So that's the pound NZD. All right. We're good on that. Any questions about this or anything in general? Make sure you ask it. Don't hesitate. Don't be shy. All right.
I have a couple of quick questions for you.
Sure, sure.
Okay. Coming into tomorrow with the jobs report, if you're swing trading on the 4 hour, do you tend to get out of your trades or just watch them?
No, I just watch them if I'm swinging because if you got a wide stop, or if you're in profit, on some setups pretty good, your stop should be in profit. So
Right.
if something crazy does happen, that you get stopped out in profit. But on the longer swing trades, trading small, because on your higher time frame, you can absorb 50, 60 pips, sometimes 100 pips, depending on what pair, what pair it is, because you're in the swing 300, 400 pips,
Right.
right? So you can absorb that. Whereas, when you're intraday trading, you're in your 5 minute, your 15 minute, you can get completely rocked and knocked out, and lose all your gains. But with larger swing trades, I usually just let it go. Make sure that if I'm in profit pretty good, I'm moving my stop into profit, right? So I protected my capital. And then if I'm far enough along, maybe I take, half of my position size off. If I'm up, 200 pips and I expect this trade to run 450, I'm probably moving my stop into profit, and then I'm reducing my trade and taking some of the bag right off the table. Because if I still have another 250 pips or so to go, there's always another, hey, if it pulls back and it corrects, I can always add back to that position.
Right.
All right. So
Okay.
yeah. So great
Okay.
question. What else you got?
Okay, my second question is, we talked about this a little bit, I think it was yesterday or day before, regarding the lot size. On the 4 hour, because the risk management, the stop loss is so large, the lot sizes are, small, to the point where normally I like to take half off when I hit 1-to-1. So my question is, if you're trading on the 4, can you drop down to the 1 just to enter and then monitor your trade from the 4? I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Absolutely. Absolutely you can. Absolutely you can.
Okay.
And then for those larger swings, you have to okay, well, if I'm in these larger swings and they're running for a while, typically you take over time less positions, right, than you do, on your lower time frame. So you're actually trading less, right?
Right.
So you need to think about in your trade plan, like, okay, I'm 1%, either I either need to, like you say, maybe tighten my stop a little bit, or add more money to my account, or adjust my risk size, right? So if I'm in a large swing and I've got a wide stop loss, this trade's gonna run for a while. Maybe I bumped it up to 1.5, 2%. You know what I mean? So then I can trade with a little higher lot size, not much, because you can scale in later, right? So those are some things just to think about, when
Okay.
you're swinging, right? Because, you know, if you're in a long, like a UCAD or a dollar Swiss trade that's moving along, that's 500 pips to an extension, you may say, okay, this is a huge trade idea. Maybe I want to risk a little bit more, than my 1%. If you go 2%, right, you got to lose 50 trades in a row. But 50 trades in a row on a 4 hour swing trade that's 500 pips, like, you know what I mean? It's gonna take you how long to get to 50 trades on a 4 hour that's 500 pips? You know what I'm saying? So you can look at, hey, maybe I want to scale my overall lot size up a little bit. I mean, my risk amount up. If I'm in those trades, as to where, as it starts going in my direction, right, I can add in, right, a little higher, or however you want to work the math out, whether it's on the initial trade, or hey, I don't want my overall risk on this whole trade idea that's supposed to run 500 pips. I don't want to have no more than I don't want to be exposed no more than 3%.
Okay.
Overall for the total trade, right? So some things to think about there.
Got it. Okay.
Mhm,
Thank
mhm,
you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Great question. Any other questions? No? All right. All right. Still holding that GCAD? Still holding GCAD? Is that what you said? Yeah. Yeah. I want to see that push. I want to see that continue to push. I'm in that one too. I want to see if it can maintain this momentum. break through those levels. It's going up quite a ways now. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna check the pound Swiss. I don't think I had anything lately on it. We can see how that's turning over, right? See on your weekly, right? How we went bearish. Okay, bearish for the week. Okay. And right, look how we've corrected, come right up to that 382. It's like a magnet sometimes, right? Now we're pushing down, we're back below that 114.09. Look, we got a break, it's retesting. Okay, so look at that move. All right, I need to adjust that now, right? Look at that. How that pushed higher. You want to take it through the highest point. So there you go. Correcting back down to the downside now. Okay. Stochastic in the buy zone. So momentum is slowing to the downside. So maybe we get a further correction to the upside. This is our 1 hour look. Look at that. Okay. Doesn't take much. Doesn't take a ton of indicators or anything like that. That's a clean trend line break. Okay. It's a clean trend line break. All right. So we'll continue to monitor that one as it makes its move. 5, right? You can see. All right. See that there? I didn't even mark this one up. All right. But it's the same thing over and over and over again. Okay. See it enough, you start to pull the trigger. Work your math out. There you go. All right. So off that beat boundary, that swing, something, what's that? 25 pips. Okay. 25 pips. So that's the pound Swissy. Take a look at this GJ. Let's see what we have. All right. Okay. Just shy of that 382. Okay. Uh-oh, I got a bunch of stuff going here. Doubled up. Well, anyway, figure out what happened to me there. There we go. Okay, so look, that's what I have on the chart. Anybody have this GJ marked up on a daily with a fib to the upside? That other one might have been correct. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the right fib.
This one?
That's the fib that I have too. Yeah, that one.
Okay, yeah, that's how I had it marked, because I know I was watching it because of the it came up just shy. I appreciate it. And it's not by your desktop. Okay, appreciate it. So here we go, right? We're turning over. Okay, that reaction at that zone is very, 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 very powerful. Okay, so we're back down. All right, look at that. Pretty cool. So look, turn over. I need to adjust this now. There. So we're moving back down. Now we're right back where it was. Okay, so we'll see if that holds in double bottoms. Continue to watch what's going on with the pound. All right. So we got here, failed. All right, go back and look at the ones, right? We didn't get that push we wanted. I can pull these out now because it just kept running and running. Look, no pullback. Didn't break anything. Right? Here's another fit. Didn't break anything. Right? Just down, and then finally it gave us a U-turn. All right, now we're looking like we could be headed back down. Okay. So that's the GJ, yen cross. So we'll see if we can, that might be headed to the D on that one. That 5 minute, just U-turn. 142 pips. See if that maintains its that downward momentum on that. It's interesting. All right. So that's the GJ. Check in on the pound dollar. Scale out. Finding some support. But hey, as long as it doesn't take out the A, it has no choice but to go our way. All right, got the turnover there to move down. Now we'll see what happens at this level if it wants to correct, but I definitely expect continued downside momentum. Right, we'll see it pull back. Okay, the swing side, we'll see it. We'll see it correct. Okay, then continue down. So that's what you're looking for. If you're not in it right off the swing, that's what you're looking for, is a correction to give you a higher price so you can get into the sell side on that. All right, so we got an H6 pullback. So eventually, right, 101 here. Okay, 1.18 extension. So that's where we are. So let's check here. We have here, we got a miss, right? We got that initial move. We were talking about that last night. And then it turned over, right? Turned over, couldn't keep its momentum, pushed down, and this is where we are now. It's looking like we're gonna get another extension hit eventually. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that one through tomorrow and on into the weekend to see what we can get setting up on that. So that just tells you, hey, bears have control, strong sell-off, okay, on the pound today. It's against the dollar. The momentum is that to the downside, so we can't quite get that correction, right, that we want. Okay, so we just continue to be patient with that one. But for the longer swing, right, we're sell side. It's coming through nicely. So that is the pound. Any questions on any of the pound pairs? All right, this is the longer swing trade that I think is super nice. So no. Okay. It's pretty quick, right? So even if you're super busy, it's just the power of having your chart set up and then using smart trader in the smart fit, it's gonna reset for you. Right? As it moves through these waves, it's just gonna reset. Right. So that's what I'll do. I'll go through it a couple times a day, look to see what's going on. I'll click through the chart. So if you trade on the 4, right, you know you're in a long-term swing. If you're day trading and you know you're on the 5, then hey, you can go right on your phone, go to Smart Trader, look at your 5-minute charts, right? Click through them. So anything setting up, right? And in addition to what we're sending out there through the Telegram. Look at that NZD CAD. That ended up being a monster move, right? Didn't get to that D. Look at the swing. That played out nicely. All right, so you got that. That was I think FOMC it pushed up like that, and then it just collapsed. That's what is that? Almost 100 pips, depending on where you got in on the trade. If you took it, if you keep that, like I said, I like to keep my stops fairly wide on that. That's how I like to play these. So, yeah, that was a good one. That candle took you out. Yeah. I figured it probably got some folks, depending on where you had your stop. Yep, the 80-20, Ebony, is powerful. Had a tight stop, took you out too. It's all good. It's all good. All right, keeping tight management. It's all right. It's all right. There's plenty to follow. Take a look at this NZD Swissy. All right, you can see on the 5 minutes. So here was a miss, right? So we talk about that alternating correction. So we got that push, that shallow retracement and that push. Took the trade in, but look what happened. Stop out. But that very next fib, look how it just collapsed down through the zone. Okay, that was a crazy one there. All right, look what it did. All right, so that happens sometimes. Okay, that happens. That's the beauty of it. Okay, so you look here on the 5 for the NZD JPY. Look at that. Shallow retracement. Hit that zone. Boom. Okay, look at the swing. All right, that's 2 TPs there on that. Okay, and we're finding these smaller setups while on your higher time frames, price just continues to dance. All right, it's dancing around, still finding setups on the lower time frames. It's a beautiful game that we play, everybody. It's a beautiful game. All right, so there we are on that one. We'll see what that one wants to do. So these move, right? They cycle in and out so fast, right? So look, you can see how this one missed, right? See how that didn't give you anything, any type of trend line break, anything. It reacted, but it couldn't sustain itself. You see how that next pivot came back and corrected? Okay, little pattern there. But they cycle in, cycle out so fast that if you even just trade it to the 382, you don't have to be overly concerned about whether or not you want to take that trade, right? And try to get short. You can just let it play itself out and then come back to it, you know, in a day or so and see if you've got a new setup. Okay, that's the beauty of your intraday charts. All right, and we'll take a look at this NZD USD. This one just completely collapsed. And now you got a new one here. You see how you got that reaction out of that zone? So just out of that zone, right? 40 pips, right? Before it pressed back down. So we'll see if it can move and maintain its momentum back to the upside to that 382 there. Okay. Another 48 pips away. Right. We'll see. It might be tough. That dollar's pretty strong, but it might get there. Okay. Nice reaction. Now we got a pullback. So we'll see if that can swing. All right. But good. These pairs gave a lot of good volatility this week, especially on the lower time frames. All right. I want to take a look at the Euro CAD. Okay. Because we've got a new AB boundary, which is flat right now. Okay. So my play is probably going to be on this one. I would like to see it press down. I don't want to take it flat like that. So we'll see if it can break out to the downside and come into that zone. Then I'll look to entertain it. But that's one that we can keep an eye on. All right. So that's the Euro CAD. Let me jump up, take a look at everything. We can see here long-term swing. Look how it pulled into the zone, and we got the reversal on that. See that there? So you got just shy of a 61.8. So if that ends up being our C, okay, all right, we'll see if it continues down to that 1.618. We'll continue to watch the fundamentals, see what happens. But that's a nice correction into the zone, and then price turned over on us. Okay, so you can see here, look at that on the 4. Beautiful trend line break. Look how it moved up into that zone. Look at that swing, right? It's an 80-20 if I had never seen one. Just shot at the extension. It's crazy. But look how it did. Look how it wanted to move back for a higher price. And now we're turning back over. So the key is that if it eventually ranges back to this support, see how it reacts at this 132.90 level. If we continue to push down now, if it's time for that to happen, or if we get caught in the range and we rally back to the top. Okay. So that's where we are on that Euro CAD potential setup there. But like I said, I'm waiting until it comes in that zone. Yeah, it's already taken off a bit now. All right. Any questions on that Euro CAD? No. All right. This Euro, take a look at this Euro GBP. All right, because we've been watching these levels. Say, hey, it's either this is your 5 minute. It's just been hanging out. All right, it's just been hanging out. So that's one there. Didn't quite push all the way up in that zone, but we've got that 118, and now it's just moving sideways. Okay, so if we drop from there, right, 26.44, it's not a large mover, Euro GBP. But if we look at this larger swing, right, that we've been paying close attention to. This 85.63 level held, everybody. Stochastics in the buy zone. Right? It held. Look at that swing. Okay, so now we come to this 4 and we got that break back to the upside. Okay. Held, broke to the upside. So we'll see if we can continue to get momentum to move and shift into the zone. Okay. So I'm going to eliminate these now, like this. So on this other side for now and see if this can maintain this bullish momentum. So let's see if we can get a correction, which is what we're looking for. Okay. See if we can get a correction. Short. And then see if that holds. Okay. So if we get a further correction to the downside, that plays right into that 5-minute move. Then, right. Let's see. Let's see if it can happen. But we're on the other side of that trend line now. That held. It's beautiful price action there. Beautiful. Love to see that. Hold on one second, everybody. All right. Sorry about that. I am back. All right. Any questions on the Euro GBP? Yep. We can look at the Euro NZD. I've got that one written down. Euro GBP, Euro CAD, and Euro NZD. So let's do it. Let's do it. Take it to 0 NZD. That's the 5. Beautiful swing. Okay. All righty. So I was playing around with this a little bit earlier. Mary, what are we thinking?
I looked at it from the 4-hour and I went in for a buy.
It's starting to hold at that level, eh? You think you're long?
Yes, long.
It's not a bad play, as long as the support holds. Right? I don't even have the fib on there in the near term, but that's, you got past resistance becoming future support. All right. See what happens as that stochastic is in the sell zone. Let's see what happens. It might just range, right? Might just range for a little bit, but you got a low, right? So that's holding right now. So let's see if we can get continued upward momentum to 170. And then if we break it, right, 170.70, and if we break it, then we look for price to continue up. What do you think? You're in a buy now, or you're looking at it for a buy?
I'm in a buy.
You're in a buy? All right. All right. Do you take it right off that support?
Just after. Yeah.
Just after? All right. Hey, I have no arguments there.
When the swing low, probably took it.
Yeah. So let's see how it plays out, right? Like we always say, the market's gonna tell us if we're right or if we're wrong. So no, I like it. I like it. If I'm just trading support and resistance and I'm looking at the price action, that's a place that's a setup that I would look at. See how it plays out. See how it plays out. If it breaks it, then hey, we look to continue lower. Where's our support? We got all types of support in this area, right? It's a whole zone there. Okay. Right. So as long as we hold above there, look for that price action to move to the upside. Nice. Nice. Right. We've made good momentum on the swing. It's beautiful. Look at that. All right. And we've pushed up off of there. So let's see if it's gonna hold and maintain this momentum to the upside. Good one. Good one. Any questions on the Euro NZD? You know. All right, get lots of good price action. So let's take a look. Hey, finally. That cracks me up, man, sometimes. It moves when it wants to. All right, so that's starting to move to the downside for us on the longer swing. Let's see if we can continue that momentum. All right. Look at that. Boom. Still in it. That's what I'm talking about. Good job. Good job. Gotta love this team. Awesome. Still moving to the downside. All right. So if we come in, all right, not giving us much. Quick reversal. That was quick. That was quick. All right, that was a quick move there. Off the 5. That's an in and out there. That's wow, almost 50 pips. Quick, fast, in a hurry. So, but overall, long term, still looking for momentum to the downside on the euro dollar. Questions? No. All right. Sandra, super proud of you. Keep it up. Keep working. Keep working. All righty. Let's look at, because I didn't. All right, I want to look at these dollar pairs. You're welcome. All right, as we look at these plays. So if we come here, we can see how we double bottomed at this level. Okay. We double bottom, we broke above 137.12 on this dollar CAD. Okay. So here's the move that we have drawn up. Look how we pushed off that level again. So the question is, do we hold above 137 this time? So we'll see what happens on the test. Okay, at 137. See if we hold. Look how it took a while to push through there, right? It rejected, it pushed through, now it's coming back to retest the level. So we'll see if it's finally ready for it to take the ride, right, to the extension at 140.52. Quite a ways to go. All right, that's a longer term swing there. 322 pips still left on that one. Still holding the C. All right, Joy. Awesome job. Awesome job. This has been wow. It's been a wild ride for that one. So that's where we are. On the 5, right? Look how we're just stalling. See how it turned over right at that B boundary? We missed. This is a miss here. We didn't get it. Dropped down a bit, then it moved sideways and exploded to the upside today. That's all right. See how it made up for itself? Look, hardly any correction there. Less than a 236 actually. Then we turned right over. Boom. All right. Boom. Came right back off that B boundary. And now we're just moving sideways. 85 pips. That's a lot of price action. It needs to pause, right? It needs to pause. So we came off that B boundary pretty much for 90, 96, and then right back down over 80 pips. And now we're just moving sideways. So hey, we need price to break out somewhere, make its mind up. So that's the dollar CAD. Take a look at the dollar Swissy. Okay. Made some good progress today on the swing, eh? Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Came through. Look how it. All right. See how we retested. And it held. We got the push. Okay. All right. Look at that. All right. So we got a 61.8 pullback. Ultimate extension. We're looking at that 102.81. We got a monthly level here, right, that we have to be aware of. Monthly level there, 102.32. But look at that swing out of that zone off that 61A. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful price action there. All right, that's how it goes. That's how the game goes. Look at this 5. Uh-oh. I didn't even see this one. See what happens. Failed to get to that D extension off the shallow. Here we are, right? Here we are turning back over. Right. So back to this support here. 28, 53, 78, and 104. Over and over and over again. Same stuff every week. Every day, every week, every month, every quarter. All right. Questions on that dollar Swissy? All right. So overall long, we have to correct at some point, right? So it just depends on whether or not you want to take advantage of that. No questions? It's the end of the week. We're all tanked out. It's all good. Let's take a look at the look at this UJ. All right. This from the daily. We're just dancing. What a hot mess. All right. Just dancing around. I have here. Gave us good price action back down to the 382 on the 4. All right. And a little intervention there. Came through. Monster back to the 382. Over 500 pips. And we had a hot debate about this, right? We drew that up, right? When was that? That was last week sometime, I think. We marked that up. So here we might get this good reaction off of here. It held at the 382. It broke, pushed up. All right, so there's some good price action there. That's that. All right. So look at the 5. Already turned over and hit a 382 on us there. That was quick. Boom. Right off the P boundary. Okay. Little double top action there. Turn right over. All right. So you look at your B boundary, which is a swing high, almost 50 pips. Almost 50 pips. Lots of good price action going on this week, everybody. Thinking about closing? Hey, go ahead. Go ahead. Nothing wrong with taking the money off the table. It's been a pretty active week. Awesome. Good job. Good job, Cassandra. I'm glad. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing. 146. You trying to hold to 146.01, Joy?
That was my entry.
Oh, that was your entry on the long. Okay. Oh, you balling. Yeah, you might could, yeah. I mean, dollar long though, you know, at least take some money off the table. You know, at this point, dollar strong, still rallying. So maybe not close all of it out, but you know, take a good portion off the table. You guys are doing great in this group. Awesome job. So Cassandra, what do you think? You think it's just, hey, it's just one of those weeks, or is it something that you're doing different? You've had that aha moment, you know, better patience. What do you think is going on?
I think it's 3 things that you've mentioned. One is patience, because I've been focusing on the 4-hour chart. The aha moment, it's, you know, finally beginning to sink in. And just being consistent. Consistency is a big one for me because, as I mentioned, I've been doing this for a few years, but it's been on and off, different strategies, just chasing that, what you think is the end all be all trading strategy. But
Mhm.
just with patience and being consistent, I'm seeing that it's really beginning to pay off. This has been a real good week for me. Just, sticking to my plan.
Mhm.
And I'm real detailed, so I'm gonna ask a lot of questions just to make sure I understand everything. But I'm asking to make sure that what I'm thinking is consistent with the way, the way things should be flowing. So my hat is off to you guys. I'm really happy to be here. This is really paying off for me. So thank you.
You're welcome. We're glad to have you here. Hey, I will tell you that my mentor goes no lower than a 4-hour chart. I've been trading for over 30 years. It is a great chart to trade for swings. You just have, like you said, you just have to learn to be patient.
Yeah, the thing I've just been struggling with lately is just the lot size. And that was why the day I was thinking about it, and I'm like, maybe if I just enter on the 1 hour and then monitor it from the 4, that would help a lot there. But I'm following my plan and I'm seeing that, just patiently hanging in the trade, even, with a little bit of drawdown earlier during the week. If it doesn't go above the A, it's going your way. Just keeping that in mind, that's really helping a lot.
Absolutely. And knowing your risk management before you take the trade, right? So you
Exactly.
already know exactly how much I'm going to lose. I'm comfortable with it. If it does take out the A and take my stop out,
Right.
so if you how you're thinking about that 4-hour to the 1, right? Right. So if this is, and it's absolutely, it's fine to do that, right? So if this is my 4-hour chart here, okay, and I'm in an uptrend, and I say, well, my zone, okay, is the 61.8, right? This is my sweet spot, and so this, okay, is going to be my buy zone, okay, in this area. Right, like that. Okay. So I'm looking at buying this zone, and my projected TP is, okay, here, like so. It is A-okay for when price pushes down into your zone for you to then, right, this is my 4-hour, okay, and say now I'm going to my 1, right, okay, so this is my 1-hour chart, okay, like that, okay. So you're going to drop down time frames, and what you can do, okay, it's here, okay, because this can help you out, because I totally get where you are with your lot size, right? So now 4-hour, I'm in my zone. I know that I'm in my 1 hour, okay, this is this. Follow me?
Yes.
Okay. So now what you do is you can say like this. I can let it drive. Okay. Pull back. Because what is that creating for me? A fib.
Mm-hmm.
See that?
Yeah.
And now, right, if it comes back to you the way you want it, right, you can move it in right there, right? Which is the same as putting it below your C, right, in that zone, but you want more confirmation, right? So now it's pulling back to a level, okay? And then you can look to get long, see? Like that, okay? Or if you want it tighter, once that happens to you on the 1, you can put it there. Underneath your C. You get what I'm saying?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So a few different ways there, right, that you can play that. So now you got it right below your C here after a pullback on your 1, because you're gonna see more price action, right, on that 1 hour chart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So a few different ways you can look at it for additional confirmation, right? And because you want it to be a little bit tighter to edge that stop up, right? Edge that stop up and increase that lot size a little bit. Right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Or, all right, think about it. You can get in your trade here, right, off your 4. Okay, follow me. You get in your trade off your 4. Yes, my stop is wide, right? There,
Right.
potentially. Okay. So yes, I'm small. Okay. But if I follow it on the 1, okay, then when it does this, so look, think about this. Okay. I'm in my position here, initial trade, stop below the A. Got it?
Got it.
All right. Now, price starts to move up on the 1, my sequence is going. Okay. So guess what? When it gives me that pullback, I can look to add to that position and move my position, hit my stop here. That makes sense?
It makes sense, but I was thinking, I think it was Joy who had mentioned because it's a lambda.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Your first in, first out rule.
Right.
Oh,
So
yeah, FIFA rule. Okay, I got you.
the way I've been doing it is once it moves to 1-to-1, that's when I will if I have like a 0.02, I would take 0.01 off and then move my stop loss to break even.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, you guys are using your O-ANDA. Got it. All right. So there's a few different scenarios for you. All right.
Okay.
So something to think about. Something to think about. But yeah, you can always drop down the time frame for entry. All right.
I know you guys cannot recommend brokers, but it sounds like you're using someone who allows you to do this in the US.
Yes.
Can you say their
Not
name or?
in the US. Not in the US. I've used Traders Way forever, for quite some time. They're not a US broker. If you're dealing with a US regulated broker, you're gonna have the FIFO rule.
Okay. Yep.
Yep. You're gonna have 50-to-1 leverage, and you're gonna have that rule. You know, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. That's okay too. Yeah. So yeah, but I have a Forex.com account, so it's the same rules.
Okay.
Yeah. KOT. Okay. Yeah, so there's some good ones out there. People, I get it. You do have some rogue ones out there, but listen, people trade all over the world. The United States is not the world police when it comes to brokers. Like there are some there are foreign brokers who are regulated. Just because it's outside the United States don't mean it's not regulated by somebody or some governing body, right? So you just have to do your research.
Okay.
Right. So they keep you tied in. They keep you tied into the United States, then they hit you with all types of rules and fees and everything else too. Types of swaps and all types of crazy stuff. So yeah, that's what caused me to kind of venture outside the borders. But yeah. So there we go. So just some different scenarios on how you can play it. But you're doing good. The 4 hour is an excellent chart for swing trading. It really is. Another one of my mentors, he goes from the daily down to the 1 for entry. So if he gets a level on a daily, let's say a 61.8 on a daily, he'll drop down to the 1 hour and he'll look for exactly this right here. And then he puts he's extra. So he waits for the pullback, and then he waits for another trend line break to get long. That's how he does it. So yeah.
Got it.
All right.
Got it.
Good
Thank
work.
you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other questions before we close things out for tonight's session? No. Good. There you go, still dancing around. What pairs are you focusing on tonight? Just for me, I'm watching those pounds right now because they tend to they seem to be moving a little bit. But I'll before I go to bed tonight, I'll click through every single one of these charts again, right, to see if there's anything else there. So I'm looking at this this pound CAD. I want to see that break that support and move up. So I'm looking for that. I want to see that hold and continue long, because that's a big move, right? So off that B boundary, right, we're up here, and then that's 65 pips to that 382. But I think that's got the potential to go 61.8 on that one. So over 100 pips on that, and that's on the 5. The rest of them are already kind of moving. So mainly this pound CAD, this pound NZD. Pound NZD is kind of in the same situation. I want to see if it can climb. So those are my two main ones tonight. And then I do have a position on that Euro GBP, but that thing is just dancing around a little bit on the 5. So still waiting to see if that'll come down. But that's what I'm looking at. We got non-farm tomorrow, so we'll see what that brings. But that's just about it. Those few, because the rest of them are pretty much already made a pretty good move. Let me see some here. This Aussie CAD. This Aussie CAD is just moving sideways. I've been watching that one. This is sideways moving. So if it drops, I'll take it. I'll look to take it if it gives me a reaction, starts breaking the trend line or something like that with some extra confirmation. But you can see how here we got it to push up, and then it turned over, right? Made that C to D move, but it corrected right out of that 80-20 zone there. But that's it. You eyeing up anything, Reese? GBP USD? On the shorter, you're looking at lower time frame. Oh yeah, I see that swinging. We didn't get that D yet, eh? Let me see something here. That's already been moving up on a 1 minute on that cloud. It's been choppy all the way through though. Let me see. Just broke it on the 5. Nice. Are you in it? Or are you looking for corrections, or what are you doing? Looking for pullbacks on that? Waiting for a high price. Oh, you want to get short. Okay. I see what you're doing. Waiting on a high price to get short. Okay. Well, you might get it. It keeps running. For sure. That's on a larger swing, right? That's what I'm thinking. Right after we had this large move down, you can see it start to settle a little bit. Right? We get that correction and the continuation down. And especially if you missed that initial move coming off the swing. So, all right, everybody. Oh, Joy, I think you put something in there with oil, crude. See what's going on. Before we jump off for the night. What we got? Moving sideways. Still holding. I feel you. That can give me a reason to get out. All right, I can give you a reason to get out. All right, still trucking along. We'll see how oil bounces around on demand fears. We'll see if that continues to be a narrative that they want to play. But we'll see. I mean, that's hey, back above that 88. So I would be holding too. All right, everybody. Hey, it's been a great week. Lots of great questions, lots of engagement. That's what it's all about. That's how we shorten the learning curve and compress time frames so that you get this a lot sooner than later. Awesome session, everybody. We really appreciate all of you being members of the inner circle. And that is it. So good night for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.
Thank you.
Good night.